Zhuangzi's Fables and Their Wisdom, Module 3, on Craftsmanship. Lesson 4, The Influence of Internal Factors. Fable 1, Perfect Archery.
Master, I'm kind of impatient, especially when I was on some critical occasions. I became even more impatient and failed to do my job well.
I can understand that. People are more likely to fail their jobs when they are in a bad mood. Let me tell you the fable of perfect archery. This fable includes two main characters, namely Lizi and Bohun Warren. Lizi was one of the primary philosophers who developed the basic tenets of Taoist philosophy. Bohun Warren was also a master of Taoism, and he was even the teacher of Lizi. Once, Lizi demonstrated his archery for Bohun Warren. Lizi set up a cup of water on his arm and fired arrow after arrow. When the first arrow had been released, he was still as a stake, and not a drop of water spilled out of the cup.
Your archery is good, and you are an excellent practitioner of shooting arrows. But this is all too intentional, which might very possibly be affected by the change of environment and conditions. If you climb to a high mountain, and the abyss is under your feet, can you still stand steady and shoot?
Well, this is really hard to tell.
Bohun Warren led Lizi to a steep mountain, and the abyss was right under their feet. Lizi could not help but tremble in fear. His breathing and heartbeat began to speed, and his ears were filled with white noise. He was really too terrified to shoot.
Ugh! I can't do it! I can't do it!
The perfect practitioner is hardly affected by the outer factors, such as the environment and conditions. No matter ascending to the blue sky or descending to the yellow springs, the perfect person's mentality seldom alters. Look at you, frightened out of your wits up here. There's no doubt that you couldn't shoot anymore.
There is always such a moment when we are in an extremely difficult situation, which makes everyone's heart race, hands shake, knees knock, and skin perspire. Even if we have excellent skills, we still cannot achieve success if we are always paying too much attention to the external things that make panic, just like Lizi. Zhuangzi's fable clarifies this very significant point. Always calm down and make the best out of whatever occurs to us. Even if we fail, we will be back, and we can once again reclaim the glory of our endless endeavor. This is the end of this fable. Fable 2, Steering a Boat.
Master, when we start to learn a new skill, it seems very difficult. I'm a bit worried to get started.
This is quite normal, especially if you are mentally and physically unfamiliar with the conditions needed by such a skill. You will become even more nervous. However, that's mostly because you are distracted by the surroundings and cannot act to the fullest degree. I want to tell you a fable concerning the discussion between Confucius and his disciple, Yan Hui. They talked about how the ferryman and the archer could do excellent jobs. Once, Confucius's disciple Yan Hui was crossing the Gulf of Shangshan. The current of the water was flowing fast and treacherous. Just then, Yan Hui noticed that there was a ferryman handling the boat effortlessly. What magic! How does he manage his boat through rushing water as if he were walking on the ground. Excuse me, sir. May I ask, how do you manage your boat so perfectly? Can I learn it too?
Of course. Good swimmers can learn it quickly. Moreover, divers can even manage it as soon as they have a boat.
But I think the ferryman did not directly tell me what I asked. It seems that some people are born with some talents. Is there really some magic that can speed up the process of skill development? This must be a question that almost everyone desperately wants an answer.
Good swimmers acquire the ability quickly because they are already used to the water. As for those who are able to dive, and without having seen a boat, they are able to manage it at once. They look on the watery gulf as if it were a common hillside. Steering a boat is just like steering a carriage. The unease of steering a boat is not a big deal to them and would not affect their minds at all. This is just part of their common competence because they already live with the water and even breathe with the water like the fish. This is indeed common philosophy. For the same archer, his skill level will differ from case to case. When he is competing just for a piece of earthenware, he can put forth his skill at full display. That's because he doesn't care about winning or losing the game. If the prize is raised to be a buckle of brass, he shoots with hesitation. If he is shooting for a bar of gold, he shoots as if he were blind. Even for the same archer, his skill is under the influence of his concern of the prizes. So, when we are practicing, we'd better remove the concerns of the external gain and loss, and focus on the essential requirements of the skill itself.
Only through long-term hard practice can people grasp the rule of things, so as to obtain the skill. If one pays too much attention to the external gains and loss, he would easily lose the internal calmness. This is especially true when people are sitting for an important exam or interview. The key point is, get fully prepared and focus on the thing itself rather than the prize it will give or the price it will cost. This is the end of this fable. Fable 3. The Man Drinking Icy Water.
It seems that nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal, and nothing can help the man with the wrong mental attitude. Master, can you tell me some more fables concerning the mental attitude?
Mental attitude is a complex mental state involving beliefs and feelings and values to act in certain ways. It affects how you feel and even how you react to what you encounter in everyday life. This time, I'd like to tell you the fable of the man drinking icy water. This fable is a discussion between Duke Zigao of Ye and Confucius. Duke of Ye, courtesy name Zigao, also known as Sheng Zhuliang, is the general of Chu state. He is physically weak, but he is dedicated to the service of the state with total loyalty. I'm about to leave on a mission to the state of Qi. The king of Ye has assigned me a most important mission to Qi.
I'm the king of Qi. I'm a powerful king. I know the Duke of Ye is coming to visit me. I will show him some respect. But I also know he must come with a purpose. Do you think I will really cooperate with him? Ha ha ha.
It is very difficult to push an ordinary person to cooperate. It is even more difficult to urge the king of Qi to cooperate. If I fail my mission, I will have let down my state. I'm so worried that I feel like I'm on fire, and I'm desperate for some icy water to put it out. I wonder if I'm getting sick. Even before I really leave for my mission, I have already got into the bad state of disturbing the yin and yang and suffer from ill health due to stress. What's worse, if I fail, I shall have trouble from others. This means I am suffering on two fronts, and I doubt that I can carry out this commission. Perhaps you can give me some advice?
There's no need to worry. Under heaven there are two great principles that are unavoidable. The first one is destiny, and the other one is duty. The relationship between parents and children is destiny. The relationship between a person and his state is duty. These are known as the two great principles. Just try all your best to fulfill your roles in your destiny and duty, regardless of joy or sorrow, and handle what life throws at you as inevitable, and don't be worried about it. This is the perfection of virtue. Therefore, everyone will find himself or herself on the occasion of doing what he or she has to do. Caught up in these affairs of state, he or she has no time to sit and contemplate the love of life or the fear of death. Therefore, my dear sir, go on your mission.
Mental attitude is indeed critical, just as Confucius explained to Duke Zhigao of Yi. You have to bear in mind that your destiny and your duty are both inevitable. So worrying too much about them wouldn't even help a little bit. I would like to cite Coco Chanel as an example here. Her mother was unmarried and her upbringing was marked by poverty and uncertainty. She worked extremely hard to become the founder of the Chanel brand, Coco Chanel. She said, "In 1919, I woke up famous. I'd never guessed it. If I'd known I was famous, I'd have stolen away and wept. I was stupid. I was supposed to be intelligent. I was sensitive and very dumb." For most of the time, we spend our precious hours fearing the inevitable. It would be wise to use that time adoring our families, living our lives, and fulfilling our missions. Coco Chanel has already summed it up in a very good way. Success is often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable. This is the end of this fable. Thank you for watching.